Book, YouTube, Twitter, Mr. Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick, Aquarius Hopkins, and all points. Ice Bucket Challenge. I think the Ice Bucket Challenge is stupid as stupid can get. And I would go on Facebook and tell people it's a stupid challenge because they felt all better about throwing ice over their head and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, look, there's people who need water while y'all throwing a 5-gallon bucket of ice water over your head. And people started ragging on me. And then I was like, okay, all right. Why last week there was a report come out talking about Toledo people ain't got water. Toledo, Ohio. I live in Ohio. Toledo is not far from here. And it was like the city needs water. There are people standing in long lines to buy water. Okay? So don't tell me, don't go to ragging on me, because I'm telling you that water is a precious resource that we need, and you stupid people are throwing ice buckets of water over your head. You know, the only person I think that did it right, I saw a video with these white people. I ain't got nothing against white people, love white people. Where these white folks had a swimming pool, and they took the water out of their swimming pool. Now, I'm not exactly mad about that, because it's swimming pool water. We ain't drinking that. So, you know, I mean, that could be used for other things. I get it. And there were 3 of them. So, you know, they took swimming pool water, though. But when you take fresh drinking water, I mean, people need water. Hey, we can use swimming pool water, too. People take a bath with that. Like, there's people, the report in Toledo was talking about people don't even have bath water. You know, you got people who are sick, diabetics, like, they need water. So, I mean, people use swimming pool water, too. So, I just don't like it, period. But those are the only people I was like, you know, because we jump in, it's a swimming pool water. So, we jump in water, you know, anyway. But fresh water out the spigot, put ice in it, and oh, my God, that was just... And I know MLS, ALS, I know it's a disease that kills people, but I tell you what, when y'all cure one of these diseases from all the charity y'all do, like cancer, and whatever you do, don't come at me on the cancer tip, because my mother died of cancer. I watched that eat her just to death. So I'm for reals when it comes to cancer. But when you want me to go and give thousands of dollars to something that I think that we cause ourselves, I think the dandelions can cure cancer, truthfully. I think that any disease that we got can be cured by plants. I think that, and Matthew Broderick, Dr. Matthew Broderick, believes the same thing. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's an animal doctor. And he had designed something from plants and from people all around the world, gave him some ideas. He put it all together. He went on Shark Tank, and he was like, this can prevent diseases. And he eats it, and he puts it in his dogs and his cats, and he's a veterinarian. And those animals have lived a life longer than most animals in their category. So when he went on the show, he immediately got gonged off of there because they were like, no, it can't happen. See, that's our problem. We don't think that the God of mercy supplied a cure for the diseases that are happening on this earth. We are very arrogant into thinking that we are the only ones that can come up with something when the earth has its own supply of cures. I think we created cancer, and I think we refuse to cure it. I think MLS, ALS, I'm not even sure of how that works or what it is, but I think it's another disease that the earth itself can cure. And I think we know how to cure it, but we won't. Because we want to do stupid challenges and give millions of dollars to people who are just not going to cure it. I don't think we're ever going to cure it. We're never going to cure cancer because it's profit. It's major profit. If you look at what they make each year from people running, from people giving, from football teams wearing pink outfits and all this other stuff, and none of it, and not one person has came up with a cure. And they never will, because it's profit. No, I'm not pouring ice over my head, and I'm not giving you $100. Not unless you show me the research. Show me how far we are. Show me how close we are. Show me what we've done. Give me the numbers. You know, what have we done? Show me what the cells do. Show me what we've done to help manipulate the cells in order to get them back on track. Show me what's going on. Show me before I give you my money. And I don't care if it's 20 cents. That's my money. That's my money. You people keep pouring water over your head and all this other ridiculous stuff. And I'm telling you, 10 years from now, we still won't have a cure because it's profit. As a matter of fact, we really won't have a cure now because of how many people got involved in pouring water over their head and giving $100. It's really not going to have a cure now, and there's a good chance it's going to be a challenge every year. It's going to be runs. It's going to be people doing runs for MLS, ALS. It's going to be people climbing mountains for MLS and people donating to the people climbing mountains. It's going to be people swimming halfway across the ocean and people donating money to the person who swam halfway across the ocean. There's going to be car races. There's going to be MLS, ALS t-shirts. There's going to be clothing. There's going to be all kind of paraphernalia. Why? Because it's profit. We will not cure these diseases because it's profit. We already know how to cure those diseases. Humans are very intelligent. They already figured it out. But if a person comes out and say, hey, I cured these diseases, I know how to cure these diseases, guess what? They'll be shot in the face on site in downtown New York with every camera looking at them, and nobody will do anything about it. They'll totally dismember the person, persona, and they'll say that person was crazy. The research they had wasn't true. The person that shot him was just a maniac, and they just wanted to, you know, this is how America is. This is how the world is. It's called profit. And there are very few people who are profiting off of it. And you can say what you want, but when you start researching all of that, you'll find out the truth. They're not going to cure these diseases. They're not going to do it publicly. They'll keep making you think that there can be a cure while they keep making you sick. And they'll keep making you sick. You know why? Because our numbers are growing. And the more numbers that we have, it's all a numbers game. The more numbers that we have getting involved with these diseases, the more people that we get sick, the more people give to the people who are getting sick. The more people give to the people who are getting sick, the more people get sick. The more people get sick, the more profit that they make, and on and on and on, and it never stops. And it's generation after generation after generation. Look at some of these things that we thought we got rid of. Look at Ebola is coming back. It would not surprise me if the Black Plague hit us once again. What was that made off of? Rats and pigs or something like that? When the Europeans, you know, on ships, when the Europeans came over. What was it? It was like rats and pig mixed blood or something like that. It was some type of something like, and then the mosquitoes bit them, and then they bit everybody, and 70 million people, like 1/3 of the population was wiped out. And then they found a cure for that, and then another disease sprang up, and now we have cancer that we will not get rid of. They found again. Oh my God. It's just ridiculous the profit that you can make. See, they weren't profiting off of it then. Nobody was profiting off of the Black Plague back then. But now, people profit off of cancer. They do. They're never going to find a cure for cancer, people. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. It's not. And I'm sorry if your loved ones died. My mother died, and I loved her very much, and I still love her. I have a picture of her hanging in my room. I wake up, I see my mom's every day. I loved her dearly, but I'm sorry. I loved her very dearly, and I still do. But I'm sorry. There's never going to be a cure for some of these diseases because it's profit. It's your boy Tone 202. Sorry to break the news to you, but don't ask me to get involved in your silly challenges. Because they're just using us. That's all they're doing. They're making us sick. They're making us hate each other. They're killing us in more ways than one. If it isn't, they're killing us. And nobody is safe. No one. Don't think you're safe because you're a certain skin color, because you're not. Because everybody can get cancer. It does not care about you or me, how much money we have, what color we are, what region we're from, if we're royal or if we're peasant. It doesn't matter. Everybody can get it. And the beat goes